Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. Jimmy's sitting in today. Got some news I want to talk to you first about, but why is your phone blowing up? Is it from your appearance in Young Harris yesterday?
I really don't think my wife, she clearly doesn't listen to the radio. I'm literally getting texts from my wife asking me, are you done yet? Are you done yet? I told her I was doing the show this morning, and she's like, when are you coming home? Are you done yet?
Oh, wow.
Sweetie, listen to the radio.
Yes. Okay, so I need to share something with you. But first, did you see what happened in Miami with, when you go to Florida and you visit with family, one of the things you do is get on those airboats, in the swamp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I've done that. It's a lot of fun. They're loud as hell.
Same. It's like Leslie looks, like a big fan in the back. The ones that you, well, you didn't see this story, what happened in Miami?
No.
This dude brings family down to Miami for the first time. A lot of them lived up in Canada. And they all went to this place and got on, just like all the places you see. And they rented the boat. They got on the boat, and they're, the dude with the camouflage is driving.
With the big, huge fan on the back.
Yes.
The hydroplane. Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah.
And so they go fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude saw a gator or a croc. A croc or gator, whichever one.
I can't tell the difference.
I think it's gators. I think it's gators.
I guess so, gator. They scare me too. So he sees one, and he says, "Hey, there's a gator." And he does a Yui to go back and see it. And he's got 9 family members in. The thing flipped.
Oh, my God.
The entire family is thrown into... Here, listen to the guy. This guy was on the boat. This is the guy who took his family.
There was a crocodile in the water, and our captain tried to maneuver the boat, make sort of like a U-turn almost. And he did succeed in making the U-turn, and then he tried to make another U-turn to go back to where we're going to, and the boat just flipped.
The footage is terrifying. The thing is completely flipped on its side.
Nothing happened with the gator, right?
They somehow got out. It took the guy said a croc, but I thought it was gator too.
I thought so too. Yeah,
I just looked it up. It says an alligator.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's the family. It took 15 minutes to gather everyone and get them out because that's sludge.
Oh, wow.
Not one of them got chomped on.
Unbelievable.
Wow. They must have already eaten because if I'm a, gator and the boat of people flops over, that's Christmas.
Says that the operator was arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'll never get on those again.
No, not after that.
You may be scarred for life for that.
Just hearing about it scarred
that's
me.
awful. Wow.
So anyway, I've been sitting on something that I want to share. I wanted to wait till you came back because Are you scared?
Scares me every time he does this.
Are you nervous?
Should I be?
You're just looking at me with those weird eyes.
I don't know what to expect. You're
oh, Barnes.
Your box of surprises.
Never ends.
Right.
So after, and this is actually a decision I made, no influence other than research and just reviewing ongoings in popular culture, I have decided not to take the delivery of my Cybertruck.
Stop the show.
Wow.
See?
Wow. You know what? I just looked at the stock market ticker. Tesla.
Well,
crashing.
I got 3 weeks ago, I got my VIN, and all it took was me, one, to see the video of the water boys climbing all over a Cybertruck over by Lennox.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then I've read nothing but negative stories about problems with it. And so this was, as I was thinking about it, I got the email that's, here's your VIN. It's time to pick up your Cybertruck. And I said, it just didn't feel right. So I knew you were going to be disappointed because I promised you a ride.
But did you see the story that they've halted production?
Didn't see that.
Yeah, they've halted production. I guess several have broken down and require service. This is not good. This is not good news.
It's just too much.
You know what it's kind of like? It's like, you know how you can't really go to a restaurant when they first open because they're still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
And
soft open.
It seems like with cars, and I don't think this is exclusive to Tesla, but a lot of new models of cars, that's not uncommon, right? You got to give them a year or two to see where the problems are. So how do you feel about this?
Something Well, something doesn't feel right about the car. Like, it just doesn't.
You mean because it looks like something doesn't feel right about the.
Go ahead. You can say it. You're not going to insult me.
Well, not anymore, because it looks like it's for lunatics.
Because you know that if I wanted to do it, I would have done it. But
Yeah.
you had to pay $20,000, almost $25,000 extra to get the first of them, which I did not know at the time when we reserved it. And that's just pathetic. You're going to walk out and lose so much money right out the gate. And then, ironically, this weekend I was sitting at La Fonda on Roswell Road in the very last table, and one pulled up and parked right next to me. First time I've seen it up close, the production version.
Yeah.
And it was,
what'd you think?
I'm glad I didn't get it.
I was shocked. I am shocked, but I just saw this from Elon Musk. Tesla has stopped all Cybertruck deliveries for 7 days due to an issue with the accelerator pedal.
Oh, I saw that. I did see that. The pedal.
So that's what I meant to say earlier. But wow, Barnes.
This is interesting because it seems like you've only seen. I didn't realize you've really only seen it in pictures. I know you saw it in LA at the car museum, right?
Yeah.
But you've never seen it out in the wild,
No.
right? And so it gave you a different perspective of the car when you actually saw it, like in a parking lot next to other vehicles.
Well, it was actually not next to other vehicles because the guy parked illegally.
Would you expect anything different from a guy who would buy a Cybertruck?
Well, right.
I'm sure it was in 2 handicap zones.
At least it wasn't in a handicap zone. But and the guy was very nice. People came up. People emptied out of Fellini's and La Fonda to surround the vehicle. No thanks. I did not want that. But also the problems, and it was up because you can go quite a bit. You can raise it up quite a bit with a button.
Yeah.
It didn't look awful. He had he had big wheels put on it. But then when he brought it down so his wife could get out, it didn't look. It looked like a weird mid UV.
Right.
It didn't look good.
But how do you feel about your decision?
Yeah.
Well, my NIL is open now for other cars. I am entertaining other, but no, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, Barnes. I've said this 1,000 times. You've heard me say this. And not that you represent normal human beings, but no normal human being is driving a Cybertruck.
I
mean,
agree with
on.
Your gut instinct early was right, and I'm glad that I woke up before I pulled the trigger because you can't sell it for a year if you get it.
I can't even
know that.
And your wife did not like it at all, right?
No, she did like it.
Oh, she did like it.
When we saw it in the museum, she thought it looked cool. But everyone now that I've said it, everyone that I know is like, I agree with you, dude. That's a good decision. But no one was saying that before. Everyone wants a ride.
Yeah, I mean, and something looking good in a museum, right? Okay, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look good in the parking lot at Vartaco.
No. So the dude, I asked him does it fit in the garage, and he said no.
Oh.
I'm curious to see anybody out there listening that has one.
Not many.
Any issues?
I can't imagine.
Well, the issues, you can find them for miles when you search it, but that's the first one I've seen, and I've heard of a few other people, and then there was a truckload that ATL Scoop had a picture of coming into town, like a big flatbed with a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. This could be the next DeLorean. It could be one of those things that's so out there.
Right.
That just, it looked cool. I did have the tiniest bit of envy for like a second when he opened it up, and I looked inside, but then I'm like, no.
You had cyber envy.
Just for a moment. Just for a moment.
Yeah, again, rappers.
It's over.
Maybe some NBA and NFL players.
Oh, my wife saw one parked outside of that jewelry shop right there at the corner of Piedmont and Peachtree.
Okay, there you go. Right. Yeah, I mean.
They were loving that right there.
Very adult decision of you, Barnes.
I know.
Yeah, we're very proud of you, Barnes.
Yes.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. All right. Jimmy's here all day. We're just hanging. This is the original It Is 99X.